YouTube, the continued resurgence of the ever-popular truck talks. What are we going to talk about today? Nothing. My name is Bear with BearIndependent.com. We also do the YouTube and the Patreon things, and I want to talk with y'all about a question that we got from a viewer named Ty, T-Y, like the those Chinese people that made those little beanie baby things back in the day. I'm guessing it's Ty. Could be Tuya. I don't know. We'll go with Ty. Ty asked, or commented, he said, hey man, I don't see a whole heck of a lot of people talking about what do we do in WROL without rule of law, the end of the world as we know it, man, with our sewage, when there's no more sewage. What should we do? That's definitely a crappy situation, but listen guys, I'm here all week. Try the veal. It's tremendous. So here's the deal with that particular issue. Numero uno, if you're on a septic system right now, pump it right now. You might even consider extending your leach field, adding more capacity to your tank, so forth and so on. I mean, if you got some scheduled maintenance coming up for the old poo tank in the backyard, you might just make sure that it's up to snuff. And go ahead and get it pumped now. Just go ahead and get it pumped now, right? Get that sucker empty. But it costs $1,500 to pump my tank. Your call, bro. You want that thing overflowing on the worst day of your life? I don't. So there's something to think about. We've had ours recently pumped within the last calendar year. It's been recently pumped. So yeah, that's good. If you're in a residential environment, man, some, but not all, in fact, the vast majority of sewage pipes have no backflow prevention on them. Nothing, not a thing. There's a common meme of toilets filling up, backflowing with poo and all other kinds of disgusting things, and that can happen. So you might talk to your local plumber, maybe even the Patriot plumber, find out if backflow, blah, 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 words, tremendous words. They're incredible. Find out if backflow prevention is right for you. Always consult a medical professional before considering backflow prevention. You are in the middle of the road, Mr. FedEx guy. Move it. Okay. So that's something to consider as well. The backflow es no muy bueno. Okay. I think, now I could be wrong, but I think there are pre-cut plastic and even metal plates that can bolt over the top of your toilet flange, that if it's a real crappy situation, WROL, blah, 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 you could hypothetically pull your toilet and bolt that blocking plate over the top of it and have a seal there to prevent that from happening. Because listen, raw sewage is absolutely a hazard, not the kind of thing you want to have anything to do with. So I would check on all that. Truth be told, I'm not the consummate expert when it comes to backwards poo coming out of your pipes. So I would just ask a plumber friend. Everybody's got a plumber friend. Just ask your plumber friend. Okay. I would also get some 5-gallon buckets and some sawdust or peat moss or pine shavings or whatever, and septic friendly TP, and now you have a composting toilet. I would figure out a place on your property, whatever that property is, whether that's the rooftop of your apartment building or your backyard of your suburban neighborhood or over there on your piece of land, whatever. Figure out where on your property is going to be your Humanure spot, which is a lovely contraction of human and manure, meaning where all your poo gonna go, okay? And you dump it in a pile, and you add leaf litter and twigs and whatever. It's compost. It's compost. So do the composty things with it. And that's a pretty good long-term solution. Where it can get a little tricky is having the organic matter to cover the poo with, because it keeps the smell down in the bucket, and it creates a medium for the organisms who eat the poo to operate in, right? I know this is a lovely conversation, but it is what it is. So what's that medium going to be? Sawdust is cool. I mean, if you've ever had a woodlot where you've cut a lot of firewood, where you're sawing logs into rounds and then splitting them, all of that chainsaw sawdust and log detritus and all of that, that's great stuff. It's also really good for your compost pile. And if you have a bandsaw mill or a wood shop or anything like that, good stuff. Hay can do it, although it's not going to cover the smell quite as effectively. Yeah, even compost itself can do it. Peat moss, as we said, you've got options here. So those are things to consider. You might consider learning to dig a latrine. Get out of the road, bunny. Learn to dig a latrine or an outhouse. Do some research on that. I'm not your consummate outhouse expert, but it's not terribly hard. There's a few key tenets, dig the hole more or less straight down if you can. You don't want a wide hole, you want a deep hole, and you want the structure that you build over the top of it to cover the entirety of the hole. And ideally you want it to be in a place where it's not going to catch rainwater runoff and fill your hole. I just said to fill your hole on YouTube. That's good stuff. So I would do some research on that now. Start considering now if that's part of your plan. Where is that going to be part of your plan? And so forth and so on. But listen, this is absolutely a medical issue. It's a sanitation issue. So do you have all the sanitation stuff? Do you have the soap and the hand sanitizers and the stuff to wipe your butt with and the stuff to clean up after you wipe your butt with? And can you do all the things? So Ty, that's pretty much what I got. Directive 1 is address your existing septic and sewer issues now. If you have existing septic and sewer issues, now is the time to deal with them, not during SHTF, because that might be S hits the floor if your backflow prevention is non-existent. It could be S hits your face if you don't have all this stuff worked out, and that's just downright gross. So if you have any existing issues right now, figure it out, man. Directive number 2 is identify a place on your property for Humanure composting, and then start stocking the composting materials. Whether it be peat moss or sawdust or wood shavings or whatever it is, start stockpiling that. Get a couple of buckets, dedicated camp potties, that if we got to do the Humanure things, we got the stuff to do it with. And then directive 3 is research latrines and outhouses and learn now that if you need them in the future, how you're going to do these things, because it's nice to have things like that figured out before you have to press them into service. So that's what I got, Ty. Thanks for being here. As always, tell me what you think down in the comments. Always some very interesting discussion going on down there. All the things, people talking about all the things all the time. If you thought this was an interesting thought piece, feel free to click the subscribe button, do the like, comment, share things, ring the little bell. And $1 a month, you can come see us on Patreon, where we answer people's questions. That's our MO there. So if somebody asks a question, we provide an answer. Typically, we do more in-depth stuff there. Videos can run anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes for a deeper dive on some of these questions. And there's 300 videos or so there that have not been seen here on YouTube. So something to consider. You don't have to do it, but I'd love it if you would. So with that, shalom and blessings, y'all. We'll talk soon. Bear out.